Hey Nashville, welcome to the NFM Podcast. I'm Tala, Shatara, and hanging out with
Collin, Schoen over here.
I love it. Our sponsors today are OptimizeU, Nutrishop, and Social Endure. And we are hanging out right now with Megan Connor, who has a lot of titles and accolades. Crazy. I will just say the woman who does everything. Megan, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad to be here. I may never leave.
Please do not. We are having the best time already, but I did have to ask because you did walk in here saying something so striking. I just ran a half marathon while also giving a kidney 3 months ago. That is such an amazing accomplishment, first of all. We might have to just start off with that, but should we do the basket of debate first and let people be on the edge of their seat?
Let's make them wait a second.
Let's make them wait a second.
Yeah, I like it.
As you know, we have our basket of debate. Collin, why don't you go ahead and pick out a prompt first, and then we'll just pass it around, because little icebreaker for our guests.
Yeah, I love this.
I do too. It's fun. Collin,
I'm
you go first.
Nervous, but kind of excited.
Me too.
Appropriate.
What?
Should parents be licensed before having children?
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit. There should be maybe a screening.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, I don't think it would be bad. They go through some parenting course, but if anyone wants to have a kid, I guess it's on them. But
and that's such a good prompt for you because you just had a baby.
Just had a baby, yeah, 8 months old in a week.
Goodness, boy or girl?
I don't know if I would have got the license at the time. So
Look at
now I'd be like, yeah, but then I don't know. Yeah, no, little girl, 8 months old, easiest baby. She's sleeping 12 hours every night.
Oh my
since
gosh.
2 months.
You're lucky.
Yes.
I love it. I don't know. Honestly, yeah. I've heard many people be like, there should be some sort of test to become a parent. So I can kind of get on board with that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know if there should be a test, but there should definitely be a handbook. Like, here is everything you need to know. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, why has no one written everything you need to know about having a child? But I also think it's like, I haven't had a kid. I just had a puppy. It was an unplanned pregnancy. So a week after giving a kidney. And yeah, but same thing.
Wow.
I did take a dad survival course
but
beforehand.
Yeah.
Because we are friends with a nurse that do a postpartum care type thing. Because at that time period they pretty much give you your 6 week checkup and good luck later.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the extended care after you have a
Wow.
kid. But did the dad's course they have through that, and then they do a bunch of aftercare, getting women's hormones and stuff back to normal, through natural treatments, because a lot of it ties back to just nutrient deficiencies from the birth, as you were talking about, what you're putting in your protein shake from last time. A lot of that.
Catch last week's episode. Little plug.
Because a lot of that stuff is missing. So that was useful, and I feel like I came into dadhood way more prepared, especially how to support the mom too.
Yeah.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah.
Especially right afterwards.
I also feel like it's one of those things, seeing so many of my clients, everybody's had babies. I've actually had 3 sets of twins. All my clients, 3 of my clients have had twins.
Whoa.
Insane. So if you want to have twins,
What
come
are you
train.
getting then?
Exactly. Placenta. No, I'm just kidding. Also, a shameless plug for their last week's episode. Go listen.
I love it. I love it.
But just I think no one has any idea what they're doing, but they always figure it out.
They do.
It's just
I know.
second nature. You guys always figure it out.
Got instinct.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's a good prompt because it was very fitting. All right, Megan,
Okay.
go ahead.
Mine. I love this one. Can social media ever be truly good for mental health? I think so, because I truly use it for only good. For what I post, no. What everyone else posts, no, because you sit there and then you go down the rabbit hole. But everything that I post, I try to be inspirational or just some sort of positivity. I just wish, or use it for connectivity, connections, keeping in touch with people. It's just, I wish we can always wish that there was more of that. Or I've seen the thing where I wish it would shut down like at a certain time. Like we couldn't use it after 8 o'clock on every day. I've seen that and I was like, oh, how nice would that be? Y'all are too young, but
well, I'm happy you brought that up because I literally just downloaded an app that will set a timer when you log into apps, and when it hits the desired time that you set, it will be like, all right, time to log out.
Yeah.
And it's helped me tremendously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think if you follow people that, same thing within your life, if you follow people and surround yourself with people that are inspiring to you and you cut out the negative, then yes, it can be a place of positivity. But if you continue to just let the negative things, creep in, then you're always going to have that everywhere in this world.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think so for sure. And then also, you get the chance to like toughen your skin a little bit. Be like, someone puts a comment on there, you're just like, I don't have to react.
No.
Like they're
delete.
Yeah.
Especially with less and less social interaction that we're having, like, you're going to have to learn that lesson somewhere. So I think there is a little bit of light in like the dark spots of it.
Yeah.
I like that you're always in the driver's seat when it comes to social. Like, I love that you said, like, you are in charge of who you follow.
Yep.
You are in charge of the things that you're consuming. And so, I have recently become a victim of, like, the comparisons and all that good stuff. But, for me, it really was about finding women that looked like me and women that, were into the same things as me, especially women.
Yeah.
And so I definitely love that you mentioned that you really are in the driver's seat. If you feel like you are having such a hard time on social media, kind of think inwards about who you are letting hold such a high platform, in your life.
Because there are tons of people out there that are trying to be inspiring and share their lives and leave something good behind, but it's just a matter of either unfollowing or just surrounding yourself in that space with those people, and then let the algorithm pick that up, So
algorithm smart, and it will do that. So I love it. Okay, my turn. If immortality became available, should it be offered to everyone or only a select few? That is like, why did I get the most deep question? This is actually extremely deep. I think Taylor Swift should definitely be the first one that should get it. I think she should live forever and keep cranking out some hits.
She's the only one.
I would love for her I think she should be the only one.
Maybe we should choose one male and that's it. And then those two.
Travis Kelce.
Oh, done? And done.
I love it. Colin's like, oh my gosh, what is happening?
Let me save
this. No, save it for real. Go. I don't know. I mean, I would love to live forever.
Ooh.
It would definitely have to be for everybody. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Watch, the government's going to make it all about money.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna,
TVs.
they're going to literally be like, if you can afford it, you can live forever.
Well, there. Have you heard about that? There is some kind of movement where I saw people are going and trying to reverse
Aging.
Yeah, but it's some, I don't know.
Biohacking?
It's a weird. Oh, we'll have to look into it.
Please.
But it's like an anti-aging, we're gonna live forever.
Oh,
it's
on
the
stem
X.
cell stuff in Japan.
No. I'll have to look it up. But yes.
Have you heard about the thing that's happening with animals and pets? Because they are right now releasing certain drugs. I think there's a trial for it right now that you can put your animal in and they will add 10 years to their life.
I want it.
Yeah, no, I have a friend who literally.
That's wild.
Actually, I have a friend who can afford it and was like, I'm going to put my dog on this.
Oh my gosh, I would do it.
Yeah, no, so
I can't afford it.
Me either. So my cats, I'm sorry, you're going to have to just die like every other
20.
cat.
I don't think I want to live forever, but that's just me. I think I'm good. I think I'll be good.
I want a long and healthy life.
Yes.
But you're right. Maybe like the thought about forever is kind of scary.
Yeah. Especially the way things are going. I'm like, we're good. You know?
Yeah. I'm like, I've seen enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to see myself out. Wait, are you disagreeing? Tell me everything.
On what I take it?
The immortality. I have to know.
Oh, I mean, you can't just give it to Taylor Swift now.
Sparks
Fly ain't that good.
Oh my gosh. That album's amazing. What are you doing?
No, like from a religious aspect, I definitely don't want to live forever. And
I was going to say that too. Like from a religious aspect, I'm like, I've really heard heaven's awesome. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sounds great.
a lot better than this.
I would love to see it.
I know. That's what, it sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
So.
All right. That was a really deep one. Terry throwing a deep one in there.
Wow.
Love that.
Jeez.
All right. I think we've made them wait long enough. Yeah. Right?
Those were good, though.
I mean,
think so.
How long has it been? I mean, it's been a good minute. So I think we have to talk about the elephant in the room. You just had, you just gave a kidney.
It's true.
Okay, take me through it. Do you know the recipient? I need to know the whole story.
Yeah. I do. I know the recipient. It has been the wildest, craziest, coolest thing I've ever done. I did it 3.5 months ago. My friend Kim, who actually I know through fitness, she had been on dialysis for 2 years, and we didn't know. She had been very quiet about it. She had taken a combination of medications that basically shut her kidneys down. And so then that put her on dialysis. And I mean, I don't know, do you guys know anybody on dialysis?
I don't actually.
It's funny because once we start talking about it, you're gonna start hearing about people. You're gonna start hearing about people that need a kidney or somebody on dialysis.
Yeah, it's very common.
Yeah, very common. And it's like a terrible way to live. And basically, once you're put on dialysis, it's a 5 to 10 year wait. And then are you going to live after 10 years? A lot of people die waiting for a kidney. So after about 2 years, she sent out an email, and it in August of last year, and it laid out everything. She was like, I need a kidney, and this is how many people need kidneys, and this is how many, and would you be willing to test? And as soon as I got the email, I was like, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Let's go. So I called Vanderbilt the next day and started getting the ball rolling, and went in, got a test. I was a blood match for her, and then everything just went on from there.
Wow.
Yeah, I was running a marathon in November, so I couldn't do the heavy testing until that was over. But once that was over, then went and did all the crazy testing, which to test to be a kidney donor, you get the best checkup of your life.
Really?
For free, because their insurance pays for everything.
Oh, wow.
So you get everything is checked out, because they will not let you donate a kidney unless you are in
pristine health.
In tip-top shape.
Yeah.
So I ended up, they were like, oh, we see a little something weird with your heart, so I needed to have an extra heart test, and we did that in December. We found out the day after Christmas that I was going to be able to give her kidney, and it was just a matter of if she wanted my kidney or if she wanted me to give for her and her find. She could have maybe found a little bit of a better match. So there's the voucher program where you can, if you find someone that you want to give a kidney to, you can give
a direct donation.
Yeah, well, you can give a kidney to the universe.
Oh.
And it will go to the person that it's best matched for.
Wow.
Out there. So the chance of it taking and
not rejecting,
yes, is going to be so high. And then your person will get the best kidney for them. So I just had a friend that did this, and they were a 4-way chain. So it usually sets off a reaction.
Oh, wow.
Where 4 or 5, 6, 50 people one time were
they
involved.
call that a domino procedure.
Yeah.
Because Grey's Anatomy told me that.
I am like rewatching Grey's Anatomy right now.
I'm telling you, there's
so
a lot
good.
of medical knowledge that's actually very real in
Yeah.
it. Like, you want to have a heart attack around me, I will be able to save you.
Your best bet.
Very true. But so you actually directed it to her, or it was you put it kind of in the universe and she was able to find a better match?
She wanted my kidney.
Okay.
So I said, you can do whatever you want. Like, either you can have mine or I'll do that. But she wanted mine. And so, yeah, we went in on January 16th and they took it out of me and they put it right into her. And then it started working like that.
It's incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
First of all, and I should have asked you this from the very beginning, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing is different. And I think that's like the most common thing is everyone is like, what's changed? What's different? And nothing is different.
It's a common fear too. I think a lot of people would be really afraid to do that, just to go through, extensive surgery like that. Take me through that process of you actually going through that.
Yeah. I did, so I had a surgery the year before. So I was like, well, let's go. I'm not scared. I didn't have any problem in that surgery. This surgery, I had a reaction to, I guess, the anesthesia and just threw up. Oh. So that was fun. Yeah. You just come out and you're like, ugh. But so usually with this surgery, you stay in the hospital one night or 2 nights. I stayed in 2. And, but it really wasn't, it really wasn't a big deal. I don't know. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's such a big deal. But it's like, it's not that. You help save a life.
Do you wish more people actually felt that way? Because
yes. I think it's just so funny. I'm like, I have so much to say. I can't even say it. I've never met another person that's donated a kidney that did not say they would do it again and again and again.
Wow.
And that did not say like, oh, I wish I had more kidneys that I could give. So I think that it's just a matter of talking about it, opening up the conversation and just saying like there's such a need. And if people just talked about it a little bit more and realized, there's a lot of resources out there. If you are a donor, there's a lot of resources that you can get if, I got a small grant to cover wages, having worked for myself. Mm-hmm. People will support you. And I don't know, it's the coolest thing ever.
What misconceptions did you have going into it?
It's funny, I didn't really have any. And I didn't really...
Or that you've heard.
I didn't really... I mean, that it was going to affect your life, or that that you couldn't do this, that you couldn't do that. And a week before I connected with Kidney Donor Athletes, KDA. And this is a group online, Facebook group, Instagram group, and they're all these crazy people that have given a kidney that do Ironman, that hike Kilimanjaro, that do marathons,
Wow.
That's cool.
Crazy, just normal crazy people. And just to connect with them and to see all these other people that were like, I started running 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks after I started lifting this. I'm fine. I just did an Ironman. I just did a marathon. We just hiked, they're going to Kilimanjaro now to hike. They're doing all these things. So it's like, your life does not change. I think that's what I was scared about is, I'm not going to be able to run marathons. I'm not going to be able to do what I normally do, So.
And how long after you gave your kidney did you run your first marathon after that?
So I started running 3 weeks after.
Love that.
Wow.
That's
I ran a mile, and then I ran 2 miles, and then I ran 3 miles, and I documented everything on my Instagram. And so I just literally, I wish I brought my phone over here. I just had a guy text me right before I came here on Instagram. He was like, I'm giving a kidney to someone in a week. I just found your profile.
Wow.
This has been such a huge blessing to see this. I'm a runner. to be able to see that, you know, I'm going to be okay after I'm like, yes, you're going to be amazing. You're going to be fine. And at least I can say that from my experience. And I'm here if you have any questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3.5, so 14 weeks after I did a half marathon. So that was Saturday.
Nice.
So yeah.
Wow.
And I felt great. I have never had a better rock and roll half marathon here.
I know. We're going to talk about it.
Fantastic.
We're going to talk about it. That was just like a couple of days ago.
I feel fantastic.
I love it. How did you do?
I mean, great. I didn't race. I'm not racing. I'm definitely not, this is not like my body yet. You know, I'm things are still not
healing.
Yeah. Things are still, and I haven't been able to start teaching again as far as I can train, but I was teaching at row house. I can start teaching now. I can start like rowing again and doing core things and lifting. So that's coming next. So then hopefully I'll be able to, I did sit around and just eat for like,
which you were very much allowed to
Exactly.
do so. Very fair.
and now I'm just like, I'm just eating. And so I've gained a few pounds and, but it's fine. It's amazing. And I love it. And
I love it too.
Yeah.
And something that I feel like we're kind of not speaking about that we have to is that you saved a life. You essentially,
cool.
I mean, you say you feel amazing. I can only imagine what it's done to your mental health.
Yeah.
Take me through that process of how rewarding that's been.
Yeah. I think that's the coolest thing that, I mean, I'll start crying. Like what?
Do it.
Like, yeah, I will. Like what is cooler than that? Like
Yeah.
what is, I mean, I don't have kids. And I'm almost 45 and it's like what is cooler than that?
Yeah.
How can you say, I don't know, like I just want to leave something good behind.
Yeah.
And to say that at least I tried, you know, that I've done that. Because I think you also are worried, is it not going to take? Are they going to reject it?
I can't imagine that.
But you can't worry about that. You've just got to, you know, do it and see what happens. She's doing great. We actually are speaking at Vanderbilt tomorrow, and I'm doing a little singing thing for their a
You
ceremony.
sing, yes. We were going to also talk. You have, like I said, when we started, you have so many titles. We're going to get to all of them, hopefully.
It's because I don't have kids and I just do all the things that I have time for, and
I love that.
Yeah.
I love people that have like versality in their life. Yeah.
Just a winner across the
yeah.
board.
Well,
Pretty
it's
much.
like, again, I just do it all. I have what else? Y'all have kids. I should just get a kid and then.
That's just a piece of
Colin's
the
like,
puzzle.
don't do that to yourself. No, but I think
Being a dad's the best.
I think no, you are living such a life by example that truly, I don't know about you, but makes me want to be like a better person. Like I'm about to call Vanderbilt when I leave. I'm like,
Do it.
I honestly would love to be able to pass on something like
Yeah.
this because it's so true. So many people are like waiting on lists right now for years and years
Oh,
and
yeah.
years, or in hospitals or on a dialysis, and it's truly taken a huge part of their life away from them. And if someone can be able to just help them and go through a little bit of pain
Yeah,
to
it's
do
just-
that, it's so temporary.
Yeah, it's
to be
so temporary.
Yeah.
And then you give somebody this gift that is, I mean, that's eternal for them, you know?
Yeah.
There's just nothing like it. But I guess on the other side of it, it's just not that,
Talked about.
yeah, it's just not that,
Not to be that guy. You kind of forget that that's a thing.
yeah, you
Yeah.
do. But
not
it
seeing
never was a thing until it was a thing.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't think that's the thing, is like, how do we make it a thing, you know? And that's, you only make it a thing by talking about it, by saying like, look, I just gave a kidney, I ran a half marathon, we're fine.
You know
Everything's
what?
totally fine.
We'll bring that prompt back. The way to be immortal, you have to donate
A kid.
a kidney or whatever someone needs to save someone's life to live forever.
Yeah.
I think we found the
There you
the
go.
way to do it.
You just keep.
Because we're just,
You don't have to
knocking-
sign your soul away. You just have to sign your kidney away.
Yes,
go.
just sign your kidney away.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I feel like we have to talk about her other titles because she's got so many.
Yeah. So
I'm like,
has
which
this
ones?
helped make you, because you coach a bunch of people for marathons and stuff, like, does this help make you a better coach?
Oh, I think so. I think, it's so fresh. So it just all happened. And everything's so new. I've like, oh my gosh, how could I like develop a program to help other kidney donors, to get back into things? I've thought about that. I think as far as coaching, I've already kind of been on both sides of it. I've like run the Boston Marathon. I've been fast. I went through a period of where I like raced, and then I'm on the other side of that where I just put one foot in front of the other and I'm enjoying it. I'm not racing right now. I'm not fast. But there's also that beauty. So it's like I have one person that is learning how to run a 5K from walking to one person that's trying to run a sub 3-hour marathon.
Wow.
So it's like, I think I had this one guy that once was like, do your clients care that you're not fast anymore?
It's not, what do they say? It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Marathon.
Yes.
But I think that it's made me a better coach being on both sides of that.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
seeing both sides to be able to appreciate it, because I don't just coach fast people. I'm like, I will coach you if you just want to learn how to run. Like
That's
or learn how to love it, or put one foot in front of the other, or do a 5K. That's
it's like me teaching people to squat, like,
Yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah.
Or 400 or 500 on the back.
yeah.
And
Both is just as exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really happy you came in because recently I've been, speaking of Instagram, I've been seeing a lot of girls that I follow, that I love, that inspire me, have been getting out and running.
Yes.
And I just sit there and say, I don't know where to start. Because running seems so obvious. It seems so easy. It's one foot in front of the other, but faster. But I get in so much pain. I get really tired and fatigued very easily. When someone wants to start this running journey, take me through your process. What are those steps to help someone feel confident to do that?
Well, that's why I wrote my little book.
Oh, well,
Oh.
I love a plug.
Oh, boom. Terry asked me to bring this.
Yes,
So,
we're happy you did.
it's my new little book. It's brand new. It's just, I can't believe I wrote all those words. I don't think they're a lot like me. I probably don't make a lot of sense in like all together, and there's too many capital letters. I'm like, I yelled at people way too much because I just get excited.
That's okay.
Too many commas, but it's not perfect, but it's from the heart, and I wanted to do this to put everything that I say to my clients in one place. Because that's the whole thing. If you go out and try to run a mile, if you're like, oh, I'm going to go run, and you're not a runner, or you haven't run in a long time, or you're coming back from an injury, and you go out and you try to run a mile, because you just should be able to run a mile, you think, it's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
You're going to hate it.
Yeah.
Like, your lungs are going to hurt. Your legs are going to hurt. You're going to hate it. And they're going to be like, I'm not going to do that again. And so there's a whole process. It's like, as a running coach, there's a whole science behind how you build, and if you're not, if you don't run, if you can't run half a mile without it hurting, then you can't run a full mile without it hurting. So let's go back to the half mile. Let's go back to the quarter mile. And then let's walk, let's jog. Then let's walk, let's jog more. And then let's walk, let's jog until we can do a half mile, until we can do 3/4 of a mile. So there's like a whole, I'm not a math girl, I'm not a science girl, but this is the only thing I've ever geeked out over with numbers and and getting people faster. So all my clients that just ran the half, they all PR'd the course. We never try to PR that. That's too hard of a hilly course to get a PR, but they all try to beat their last time. They all did.
For someone that's watching that is not familiar with PR and the terminology, kind of explain that.
Personal record. So that means that you ran your best time. So if you go out and you tried to do a PR of a 5K, then you're going out and trying to run a 5K as fast as you can, the best time you've ever done. So when we say PR the course, this course, that means the rock and roll course. So next year, all those people will try to beat what they did this year.
Nice.
So they'll try to PR the course next year.
Take me through some of your clients. What kind of numbers came out of that?
I had one do 145, which is that's a sub 8-minute mile, 7:45-minute mile. And then I had one, she beat her time by 30 minutes.
Wow.
And she ran all she wanted to do, I shouldn't say all she wanted to do. It was huge. She wanted to run a sub 3-hour half marathon. So last year she ran a 3:30. She beat that by like 30 plus minutes. Like insane.
That's huge.
Huge.
That is huge.
Huge. So I had one do 9 minutes faster than she did. Everybody just did great. So
yeah, and for like non-runner people, like that's a big percentage.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
9 minutes.
9 minutes is huge.
So I can imagine. I can barely shave off 30 seconds off of anything I'm doing right now. So I completely understand that.
That particular runner, she didn't train with me last year, but then she started training with me after the half last year. This is incredible. Her name is Jacqueline. She has 3 kids, and she is a breast cancer survivor.
Wow.
And so she decided she wanted to run a full marathon last year. So she started training with me. Every single half marathon she did while training for the full, she PR'd. She got better and better and better.
Nice.
She ran her full marathon. She ran a 3:45. Or 4:45, right on the dot. That is she did perfectly.
Wow.
She PR'd this course by 9 minutes, like every single, just incredible. So
is that the goal then, is just to, when you're running, is just getting a new PR?
I say you can't PR every race.
Nah.
But
I'm so new to this.
It just depends on which race you choose. If you choose the right one, you can. It needs to be flat, and there's a lot of things. So
I used to run cross country, so like this.
Yeah, you can't PR every race.
You want to hear a funny story?
I do.
Because that's what podcasts are for.
And then I think,
Oh, actually, we're going to take a break.
Yeah.
And then when we come back from that break, I'm going to tell you a funny story.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to NFM Podcast. We've been talking with Megan Connor about all the amazing things she's done, giving a kidney, talking about really that process and how she started to do it, and finding out that it's so easy and simple, and it does not need to be complicated to save a life. And so I'm so happy that you talked about that. And now we're talking about running. She is a running coach, and we're talking about marathons. I'm very new to this conversation. Like, you can barely get me to get up when the commercial on the TV comes on to go get something from the fridge. So I'm very new to this conversation, but I started to think about, do I have any running experience? And you, Collin, actually said that you have done cross country. I have some running experience.
Oh boy.
When I know, you should say that. You should say that, because it was probably not, the circumstances were not because I just wanted to run. I
have to hear this.
Oh, yeah. In high school, I had a really big crush on this guy, would just not give me the time of day. And he joined the track team. And I was like, well, I need to spend more time with him, so I'm going to join the track team.
This is so good.
I joined the track team. For someone who's not a runner, I was in high school, so I was in a lot better shape, so it was a lot easier to throw myself into something. Thank God. I would never be doing that now. But it was really funny because I actually ended up doing really well. So I actually exceeded my expectations. I was in top heats every time, starting heats. I even ran and won a couple races that we went and traveled to. And so I actually really surprised myself.
You are a runner.
I am a runner. I'm a stalker too, apparently.
That's fine. That's fine. Whatever it takes.
Yes. We never went out. Thanks for asking. No, I was good.
Every race, he was just going towards the exit that just lined up perfectly with the course.
Oh,
running the other way.
Why is she here? No, I mean, truly though, it was such a great time because I did exceed my own expectations.
Yeah.
And you do notice, you become faster. You do notice your body, when you condition it, is, really keeping up and being able to do all these things. So I love that you put yourself in that business to be able to do that for people.
Yeah, it's so cool because it's like, if you do A and you do B, then you're going to get to C, So it's just,
it's a formula,
yeah,
like you said.
It really
it's
is.
Science behind it. Do you have much running experience now as being a trainer?
Yeah, and I just did a High Rocks, in April?
Nice.
I don't even know what High Rocks is. Tell
us everything.
You, as a runner, would actually like it. Because you teach group class, right?
Well, I did. I've taught everywhere. I've taught Berries. I've taught Shed. I've taught
It's like
Row
that,
House.
only in a standardized race format. So you'll run you run 8 kilometers plus some change, and then there's, in between every kilometer is a functional station, so sled push, sled pull, farmer carry, yada yada. But it's the same race every time.
Tired.
You're tired from
I'm
hearing
tired
that?
just listening. Yeah.
So it was
I
such
should
a
not be doing
blast.
it.
Look at you're great.
But the cool thing is there's no skill component besides obviously running has the skill, but it's not like CrossFit where there's a large skill component like the snatch, clean and jerk. Anyone can do High Rocks. That's why it's blowing up.
Yeah, it's huge.
And it's there's obviously the big competition grand scheme, but then it's no different than trying to beat your time at
running.
rock and roll. It's the same game.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's a nice blend of the two.
That's cool. Yeah, that's what I also love about running is that it's you against you. It's how can you make yourself better?
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to be about the time. It can be about the course. It can be about the destination. It can be, I want to go and do this race in Hawaii. I've done one in Ireland. It's just,
that's really cool.
it's so cool.
Now, let me ask you this, because, like I said, we were talking about this, and I already felt my legs hurting. I was my legs were please move on from this topic. But when someone is kind of experiencing pain, or they are not being able to catch their breath or keep up for longer than 5 minutes, what's your best advice? Are they going too hard? Where do they need to go?
It's funny because, well, a lot of the men too that I get, and I train more women these days, but a lot of the men that I'll get, they'll come in and they'll be like going so hard. They'll be like, I'm running like 7-minute miles for like 10 miles. And I'm like, whoa, bro, calm down, because you're going to get injured.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I talk mostly about like half marathon marathoning when I'm speaking. So it's like it just depends. That's such a wide question, but it's always like, do less, go slower. I say train slow, race fast. In endurance running, I say cheeseburger pace. The slow runs, you want like 80% of your runs to be the slow runs. So you just want to chill. I say be able to eat a cheeseburger.
Okay.
Like you want to be able to chit chat, talk, hang out. And then that's why having a coach is so great, because those other 2 times a week or 1 time a week, those quality sessions, those focus sessions, that's where you also get faster. But I could sit here and be a geek and tell you why like running slow makes you faster, but you can also look that up. But I just say back off. If it's too hard, do less until that feels easy. Do what feels good for 2 weeks until it feels easy, and then take it up a notch, So I'm like, just, you don't have to go, if you go out and run, it doesn't have to be like balls to the walls.
Yeah.
It can just be enjoyable, easy. And that's such a wide open question. There's so many levels I could answer that on, but you can do less and you can enjoy it.
Less is more.
Less is more sometimes.
My mom always said that when I was putting on my makeup. She's like, less is more, sweetie. Take all that off.
Girl.
I mean, and I feel like both of you guys can answer this. Obviously, people don't run. I've seen the TikTok. It's like, why are you running? Is someone chasing you? Like, you've seen that TikTok. But, like, people run because there has to be some sort of benefit to it. Take me through the health benefits of running.
Do you want to go on that one?
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, like, the cardiovascular thing, there's actually some cool, like, bone remodeling stuff that happens. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's bad for your joints, when it's quite the contrary.
It's not.
Like, it actually, like, remodels, like, low back, knee. Like, it's actually really solid. So you have that, obviously, but then it's just, the access to it's so easy.
Yes.
And like, humans are made.
We're meant to run.
Yeah. Like, run and walk, like, that's our base foundational principle for everything. Like, everything comes back to, like, gait cycle. So that, like, without that, you kind of we start to revert back to, like, being like bipedal, like monkeys, that like shift side to side.
Oh yeah.
So like that's why that's like such a big thing for humans, is that keeps us from reverting back to that, and that's why we're the apex predator type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just what he said. Like, so many people are like, oh, running is bad for you. It's actually not. It's actually not bad for you. I mean, just like he said.
Programming.
It is bad programming. And that's the thing, that's why I tell everyone, I'm like, get a coach for one race, get a coach. And I'm like, it does not have to be me, but like, do yourself a favor and just understand how it's done, because there's such a process, and it helps you to not get injured when you train properly for it. You basically.
What and you guys are talking about injuries. What kind of injuries would happen if someone's doing something wrong? What could be the worst case scenario?
Oh,
I mean, it's like, obviously, like, worst case scenario is like you pop your Achilles, or you have like something that requires surgery, but that's worst case. Then you'll have chronic injuries, like, oh, I always have a bum knee, like runner's knee. I'm sure.
Yeah, runner's knee.
But like, you can get around a lot of that on the front end if you do. I'm sure you combine people that are starting off with like the bike, the elliptical, just to build aerobic base, and then you can do like low level like plyometrics, like hopping, skipping. Super underrated for that, like, because that's training your tendons. Like there's training your muscles and there's training your tendons, and they're two different things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, like
I'm
balance,
learning
like
so much.
like balancing, like jumping.
Those are good for your ankles too.
It's big time.
Yeah, there's so many things, and also everybody is so different too when it comes to cross training. Some people love yoga and running. Some people love lifting and running. Some people, everyone is so different. So it's not like, do this and this is how it's going to be. I kind of like let my runners try to figure that out, what's best for them. But there's so much that you can do to prevent. In the book, I talk about like a lot of common injuries that you can get if you do get them, and then like how to treat them, like IT band and shin splints and things like that. A lot of it too has to do with your shoes. And like getting the proper shoes and the proper fit. And I always say, go to Fleet Feet, get yourself fit. Yeah.
That would be probably the place
that
to
is
go.
where to start. And anytime someone is like, my hamstring hurts, I'm like, show me the bottom of your shoes.
The flatter the better? What are you
No,
looking
I'm
for?
like, I'm seeing if they're worn.
Yeah,
I'm seeing if they're worn, because if they're worn, I'm like, everything starts from the base. And if you're in the wrong shoes, if your shoes are too worn, you need new shoes. Like, so go get the proper shoes.
Right.
Everything starts from the base up. So go to Fleet Feet, get fit for shoes.
That's
Period.
a plug right there. I
Period.
love that.
Go do it.
I feel like we have to ask her about all of the other titles that she's got going on.
Yeah.
How did you go from marathon life, but you were probably most known for your music?
Oh,
you
yeah.
have some big songs by some big people that
Crazy.
you've written.
Yeah, tomorrow also is a wild day. I'm playing the Bluebird Cafe as well. So
Stop.
yeah,
That's amazing.
So it's like we're doing fitness, we're doing kidney, we're doing Bluebird, we're doing
I mean,
we're doing everything.
honestly, you're never bored.
No.
Which is great.
But that's kind of how. I'll give you guys, I don't know if I've ever, maybe once, talked about this in a podcast. So we're about to go real deep.
Let's
Are you
go.
ready?
Yes.
This is in the book too. But I lost my stepdad to liver cancer when I was 22 years old. So I saw this man that I had pretty much I grew up with as a dad pass away. And so I saw this guy lose his life, like completely just go from being this big man to like nothing, like gray and bones. And I think that changed me forever. I was like, we get one shot at this, and that is it. I want to do it all. And so that is why I live so big. And I'm just like, live big.
Yeah.
If you're gonna run the marathon, I'm gonna run Boston. If I'm gonna,
Sing, I'm gonna go to the Bluebird Cafe.
yes. If I'm gonna sing, I want to have somebody cut the song. Yeah. So, but I originally moved to Nashville to do music, and I've had some cool people that have recorded some songs, and music is like a love-hate relationship that I have. I'm kind of in a hate
a lot
part
of
of it right
songwriters say that. Yeah.
kind of in a hate moment of it, but it's so cool. And last year, kind of the two worlds combined, and I had some songs that were on college football.
Wow.
So I was like creating all these songs and me singing them, and they were like on college football. In the background, you could hear it was like, "Rah!" Me singing, "This is how we're gonna."
I love Little Taste.
There's me.
I love it.
It was so cool.
I
So
mean, I think I have to ask you though, because you do have so many accolades when it comes to the music side of what you do. What would you say is like the biggest pinch me moment or accomplishment? I mean, playing the Bluebird alone, I feel like would be one, but take me through that.
man, there's probably there's a couple. Chris Young recorded a song, Save Water, Drink Beer, and he opened the ACM Awards with it.
Wow. Wow.
back in like 2015. We didn't know about it until the day of. So, but we got to see it on TV. I know. I was like, I would have gone. I know.
Like,
they didn't even tell us. And so
I'm glad you said it because I thought that. I was like, it's a little weird. But okay.
Yeah, it was weird. But we got to watch that on TV, and I was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. And then two others. Rascal Flatts recorded a song. This was back when we had like CDs. And so I took the CD and I put it in my car, and I just like sat there and just I just cried because that's
cool.
Yeah. Hearing that like iconic band record a song, and it's just an album cut on one of their, no one knows the song. But it's still amazing.
Oh, that's huge.
It's like, that's super cool.
Yeah.
And then Craig Morgan, he released his last single was, I wrote that one, co-wrote that one, and he played it at the Grand Ole Opry, which I got to see, and then he told me at the Grand Ole Opry that it was going to be a single. So I got to tell our other co-writers that we had our first radio single. So then it was on the radio for a little bit, and then he played at the Ryman, and we all went. He called us out. We got to stand up.
Oh, that's cool.
And that never happens.
It doesn't, and I was just about to say that. I actually worked for a performing right organization called BMI, Broadcast Music.
Yeah,
if you're familiar.
BMI. Yeah,
Are you
I'm
with
in BMI, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what they do is they support songwriters. They provide them royalties when their stuff is played out in public at, just a fitness club or even just a restaurant. And my job was very interesting, but something that it really gave me so much value in is songwriting and the songwriters. And a lot of the perks of that job was that we got to meet a lot of the songwriters.
Yeah.
And so I would day to day meet in person or via Zoom some just regular person who has the family, the white picket fence, but they wrote Sorry by Justin Bieber. And I'm like, you don't think about those people. You really don't.
You don't.
It gave me that love for songwriting and that just appreciation for people that do that.
Yeah.
And just, pass it on and let somebody else take it. But then that person really becomes the face of that song and not the person that originally wrote it.
Yeah.
When you hear that, does it kind of make you feel a little... I mean, you also are an artist as well, so you do front a lot of your own work. But when you see someone take your song and make it super big, do you wish that you kind of were the face of that more?
No.
Okay,
Like,
I've always wondered that.
I'm like, no, you do it. I would rather have, especially these days, I'm like, oh, I would rather have many other people like take it and do it instead of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, y'all get up there and do it. No, I would rather have them do it.
Yeah.
It's cool to like, that's why, especially when a female writing all these songs for males, like that's, I'm like, oh, that's a song for them. But I love that, like when we get in the room, we try to capture what that person or what that story, what that moment of life is, and then just to circle back around, what I think has been really interesting since this whole kidney thing is I wrote this one song, and it's we've all written the song. It's a letter to our old selves. We've all written the song. I've written it twice, but this song has like resurfaced in my life since this kidney thing has happened, because it's like this letter to my old self, and now I sing this song and I tell about my kidney journey, and I cannot get through it, because it's like me telling my old myself, you're ready for what's up ahead, like you're gonna be okay, and it's pretty wild too, what like you can write so long ago, but it all comes
It
back
always come
around.
back.
It's just
I'm
it's
happy that you
strange.
brought the kidney thing back up because it definitely shows that it plays a huge role in your songwriting, in the running aspect of what you do. It honestly, it just makes you a stronger person in every single thing that you put your heart and soul to.
Yeah, I haven't started writing really back again yet since all that happened. So I'm going to be.
You need to.
I will.
I'm sure you have some material.
I do. I have some things that are that's brewing. So, but it's got to be the right, the right time. You gotta let it happen when it's ready. But yeah, it's been a huge, significant thing, and it puts everything in perspective in a big way, in a really big way, as to what's important. So, things have shifted a little bit, and yeah.
I love it.
I love that.
Any other questions for our wonderful guest?
Yeah.
I mean, she's answered everything so well. I'm like, what else do we even say? I think if I have one question to close us out.
Oh no, I'm scared. Okay.
I thought about this like the moment you sat down.
Okay.
You've done a lot.
I've done a lot.
And you said it yourself, we've got one life. Let's not waste it. Let's do everything.
Yeah.
What is something you've always wanted to do that you haven't done yet?
Ooh.
I know, gotcha journalism at its finest.
I know. I don't know.
Think about it and come back to us if you need to.
Yeah, I might.
Maybe
I might
like
have
learn
to
a language or travel somewhere.
I mean, traveling is always a huge thing. I always do wonder, am I going to regret not having a kid? But I don't know if that will be. I have 3 dogs.
I mean, you probably keep you just as busy.
Just get more dogs. But I definitely have a huge list of places to travel. Writing my book was one thing. And I actually don't play guitar.
Really?
So I want to learn how to, I can play very, very badly. Like enough to like be like ping, pong, ping.
Mary had a little lamb.
Like maybe not even that good. So I would love to learn how to play enough to like play my songs so that it's not embarrassing.
Okay. I like that actually, and that's such a big misconception because here I thought you probably definitely mastered guitar.
No, I don't. Because I have such a great guitar player, and he comes everywhere with me, and he sings with me, and he's so good, and I just like lean on him, and I just have never learned to really play. The things that I hear when I'm with the people that play really well, I hear different things, and so, but I want to be able to learn how to play. Better than I do.
I like it. No, that's good. Polishing your skills.
Polishing my skills. And of course, traveling all the places. So we're getting ready to pack everything up in a storage unit, move out of our house, take our RV for the summer and bop around a little bit and then come back and find out where we want to live here again.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, you just said at the very end. I love that. I have so many questions now to ask you about like where you want to go, things you want to see. That is really, really cool.
We'll have to come back and
you have to. I was going to say you
again.
have to come back because you have just really are such an amazing person to speak to when it just comes to the NFM podcast, just with what you do in the fitness world. But you're such an inspiration. So thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Thank you
you
for having me.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, right on. NFM, everywhere, online, the magazine, wherever you want to go, wherever your addiction takes you, you can find us there.